The evening was quiet, the soft hum of Christmas lights casting a warm glow in Robert Downey Jr.'s home. As he sifted through a pile of fan mail, a particular envelope caught his eye. It was hand-addressed in a child's shaky handwriting, decorated with small doodles of Christmas trees and stars. Curious, Robert opened it and began to read. The letter was from a young boy named Ethan who explained that his family was going through a tough time. He didn't ask for toys or games, just for something to make his parents smile again. "They've been working so hard, and I just want them to have a happy Christmas," Ethan wrote. Robert sat back in his chair, the words lingering in his mind. This wasn't just a fan letter. It was a heartfelt plea from a child trying to bring joy to his family. For a moment, Robert's usual wit and charm were replaced by a quiet resolve. He knew he couldn't let this letter go unanswered. Robert held the letter in his hands, rereading Ethan's words as a smile spread across his face. The simplicity of the boy's wish tugged at something deep inside him. This wasn't just about Christmas, it was about hope. He quickly set the letter down and grabbed his phone, calling his assistant. "We need to find this kid," he said, his tone decisive. "And I want to know everything, where he lives, what his family's been through, everything." His assistant, used to Robert's sudden bursts of inspiration, didn't miss a beat. Within hours, Robert had a plan. Ethan's family lived in a small town, struggling to make ends meet after the father lost his job earlier in the year. The family had sold their Christmas decorations to pay bills, and their holiday spirit was running low. Robert leaned back in his chair, his mind buzzing with ideas. If Ethan wants his parents to smile, he thought, we're going to give them a Christmas they'll never forget. With that, the wheels were set in motion for a holiday surprise unlike any other. In the days that followed, Robert threw himself into planning the perfect Christmas surprise. His team contacted local businesses and community members, gathering everything from decorations to gifts. A Christmas tree was picked out, its branches lush and full, waiting to light up Ethan's living room. Robert personally selected gifts for each family member. For Ethan, he chose a set of art supplies after noticing the doodles on the envelope. For Ethan's parents, he decided on something practical yet thoughtful, a gift card for groceries and a prepaid mortgage payment to ease their financial burden. As the preparations came together, Robert felt a growing sense of excitement. But he wanted to make the surprise personal. He decided to deliver everything himself, ensuring the family would never forget this act of kindness. "It's not about the gifts," he reminded his team. "It's about the feeling." On Christmas Eve, under the cover of twilight, Robert and his team arrived in Ethan's quiet neighborhood. The streets were lined with modest homes, their windows glowing with soft light. But one house stood out. It was dark and unadorned, a stark contrast to the festive surroundings. Robert stepped out of the van wearing a Santa hat and a mischievous grin. His team quickly unloaded the gifts and decorations, moving with the precision of elves on a mission. The plan was simple: transform the house into a Christmas wonderland before the family returned from a nearby church service. As they worked, Robert couldn't help but feel a childlike giddiness. Stringing lights across the front porch, placing the tree in the living room, and arranging gifts under it, all of it brought him a joy he hadn't felt in years. When they finished, the house sparkled like something out of a holiday movie. "Now," Robert said, stepping back to admire the scene, "let's wait for the magic." When Ethan's family returned home, they were greeted by a sight they couldn't believe. The once dark house was now aglow with twinkling lights, a wreath on the door, and a glowing reindeer display in the yard. Ethan was the first to run inside, his laughter echoing through the air as he saw the tree and the gifts beneath it. His parents followed, their expressions shifting from confusion to awe. Tears welled in his mother's eyes as she took in the scene. Who?" she stammered, her voice breaking with emotion. Robert, standing in the shadows outside, watched the family's reactions with a quiet smile. He had debated revealing himself, but decided against it. This wasn't about him. It was about giving Ethan and his family a moment of pure joy. On the tree, nestled among the ornaments, was an envelope with Ethan's name written in bold letters. Inside was a handwritten note from Robert. "Dear Ethan, your letter reminded me what Christmas is truly about: love, hope, and family. You asked for your parents to smile, and I hope this helps. Never forget the power of kindness and the magic of believing in something bigger than yourself. Merry Christmas, your friend. Robert. Ethan read the note aloud, his voice trembling with excitement. His parents exchanged glances, their hearts filled with gratitude for this mysterious benefactor. Whoever did this, Ethan's father said, they gave us something we'll never forget. That night, after the gifts had been opened and the house was filled with laughter, Ethan's family sat together by the fire. The warmth of the flames mirrored the feelings in their hearts, a sense of connection, renewal, and hope for the future. Ethan held his new art supplies, already sketching ideas inspired by the evening's events. His parents, for the first time in months, felt a weight lifted from their shoulders. It wasn't just the financial help, it was the reminder that they weren't alone, that someone cared. Outside, Robert sat in the van with his team, watching the family through the window. He didn't need thanks or recognition. The joy on their faces was more than enough. As they drove away, Robert felt a sense of peace, knowing he had made a difference. In the weeks that followed, Ethan's family shared their story with friends and neighbors, inspiring acts of kindness throughout the community. The ripple effect was undeniable. People started donating to local shelters, volunteering at food banks, and reaching out to those in need. Ethan's art, fueled by the magic of that Christmas night, blossomed into something extraordinary. His drawings, filled with vibrant colors and hopeful messages, began to gain attention in local art shows, spreading the same joy he had felt that magical night. Teachers at his school even organized a fundraiser to support local families in need, inspired by Ethan's determination to pay the kindness forward. For Robert, the story didn't end with a single act. He quietly continued supporting similar families through anonymous donations, ensuring that the spirit of that Christmas would live on. Back in his busy Hollywood life, he often thought of Ethan and his family. He knew he'd never forget the letter that started it all, a simple plea for a smile that turned into a legacy of kindness and hope. It was a reminder that even the smallest gestures could light up the darkest nights, leaving a trail of goodness for others to follow. And so, what began as a heartfelt letter became a Christmas miracle that touched countless lives. Robert Downey Jr.'s quiet act of kindness reminds us all of the true spirit of the holidays, sharing joy, spreading hope, and believing in the magic of giving. Thank you for watching this inspiring tale. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more heartwarming Hollywood stories. See you in the next video.